Hello guys, so in this video we'll be trying to solve a program using Java language. Okay, so we'll be using an online IDE instead of using an offline IDE. Like I have Eclipse installed in my system, but I'll be using this online IDE on this particular website called as Work at Tech. Okay, so before diving in, I'll just give you a brief introduction to this particular website, which will be really useful for you guys. So the thing is, this can be accessed at workat.tech, and yeah, this website is actually started by two people who used to work at Microsoft, Uber, Directory, and some semesters. Okay, in no way this is a promotion, so I just love this website, so that's why I'm just introducing this to you guys. So when you look at the resources over here, you'll be having an access to a lot of resources over here. That is the general thing where you'll be having access to this what do we say, programming kind of thing, that is general software development, engineering, preparation guides and all those things, which is available for you at no cost. Okay, then coming back, then you can compare various companies in this here. You can practice various problems, and then you have an option for online IDE. So that's what we are using today. So I'll just close all the other tabs and I'll just go to this one, and you have these four programming languages available for you, that is C, CPP, Java and Python. So Python you have two versions, and basically 2.7 has been the 2.x has been deprecated, and Python 3.5 is currently used, that is Python 3.x is currently used, and you can use any one of these in this IDE. So I'll be going with Java for the time being. Okay, so the question for today is actually a simple one. The question for the day is, we have to write a program to print numbers from 1 to 100 in such a way that when the number is a multiple of 3, we have to print fizz, and when it's a multiple of 5, we have to print buzz, and if the number is a multiple of both 3 and 5, we have to print fizz buzz. Okay, so that's the program. So this is actually a quite simple one. Okay, so we'll be using this IDE for solving that. So these are some basic instructions which is provided along with this IDE. That is, please make sure you know to delete the work at tech class. Then you can create additional non-public class. Then we should the main method should be in the work at tech class. Okay, so basically the thing is, the main class, that is the work at tech, is already created for us. So the thing is, most of the online IDEs is programmed or is enabled in such a way that it will recognize only that particular thing as the main class. So if we change this, our code will be probably saying that no main method is found. So we should be using this particular, that is work at tech, as a main class, and we can create subclasses inside that. Okay, so we don't have like in this so in this case we can just go through a solution. I think we don't need to create a new class or write anything inside that. Okay, so first what do we say, so I'll just write down the program once more over here so that it will be in front of us. So just remove these comments for the time being, and program. So this is it. I just put this over here so that if I have doubt and briefing, I can just look at that. Okay, so let's start with the coding. So initially the first task over here is to print what do we say, numbers from 1 to 100. So for that, what I'm going to do is, initially I'll be maybe we can initialize I, like a variable called as I. So we can create an integer variable itself. So we are going with int I. Then maybe we can use a for loop. So we have to print numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, it's not 0 to 100, so 1 to 100. So we are initializing I is equal to 1. Okay, I is equal to 1. Then I should be less than or equal to 100, because we need numbers until 100. And finally I plus incrementing after each iteration. Then inside the for loop, what we have to do is we have to print numbers. So if you're just going to write something like system.out print I, so what happens in this case is it will just print that particular number. So if we are running we can understand that. Okay, so the output will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 10, and it will be up to 100. Okay, so we need to change some we have some conditions over here. It should be fizz if it's a multiple of 3, it should be buzz if it's a multiple of 5, and fizz buzz if multiple of 3 and 5. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so initially I'm going to just cut that particular print statement from there, so we can use if else statement, that is a conditional statement there. Okay, so if the first condition, maybe we can go over if it's both 3 and 5. Okay, if I equal to 3 and I equal to 5, what we have to do is we have to print, instead of I we have to print fizz buzz. Okay, we have to print fizz buzz. Okay, so the next condition is else if I it's not 1 over here, it's 3 over here. What am I doing? Okay, so next condition, what we have to do is instead of 3 and 5 we are going with one of them, that is if it's a 3, then what we have to do is we have to print, it's not what do we have to print? We have to print what? Fizz over there. Okay, and else if the number I is equal to 5, then what we have to print is buzz over there. Okay, buzz. And finally we have to print all other numbers as the same. So if 1 is coming, we should print 1 itself, then 2 for 2 itself, then similar ways. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we are just going to put an else condition over there, and then we can print I itself over there. Okay, maybe I think this will do the task for us. Okay, so let's just try running this program. Okay, so I think this is working right now. Okay, so 1 2, instead of 3 it's printing fizz, instead of 5 it's printing buzz, then 6 7 8 9. Okay, so actually what I did was a blunder, total blunder. Okay, so I'm just admitting that it's a blunder. So actually there was one particular thing called as multiple, so I just plotted 3 over here. Okay, so what I'm going to change over here, so in this case what it did was, if 3 came, it it printed fizz, and if 5 came, it printed buzz. If 3 and 5, that's not going to happen, so there's no fizz buzz over there, so it printed 1 to 100 in there. So that was a total blunder from my side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change what do we say, like I'm going to change this particular code in such a way that if I by 3 I percentage, that is I modulus 3 modulo 3, that is the remainder of I and 3 is 0. That is when we divide I by 3, if the remainder is 0, and if we divide I by 5 and the remainder is going to be 0, I'm going to print this fizz buzz. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this, then paste it over here. Okay, only then we'll be getting the multiples of 3 and multiples of 5. Okay, or else we'll be just replacing that particular numbers. So let's just replace this I is equal to 5 also over there, and then now let's try running the program. So let's check. I think this is working right now. Okay, yeah, 1 2 fizz 4 3 4 5 4 buzz, 6 4 6 is fizz, 7 8 9 fizz, it's a multiple of 3 again, buzz, that is 10 11 12 fizz 4 12 13 14 fizz buzz, 15 is a multiple of 3 and 5, so it's 15 fizz buzz, then 30 it will be fizz buzz again. Yeah, I think it's working fine. Fizz and finally buzz. So I think this thing is working perfectly fine. Okay, so yeah, so we have completed this particular thing, that is print 1 to 100. Then if it's a multiple of 3, we have printed fizz. If it's a multiple of 5, then we printed buzz. If it's a multiple of 4 3 and 5, we printed fizz buzz. So yeah, that's it for this particular thing. We'll be joining with you. I'll join with you with another one in the next one.